These look so familiar, but there's something, I don't know what it is. It's the colour, that's what it is. Kempower green. Have you seen these before? I'm Dave, welcome to Dave Takes It On. It's BE.EV time. This is an up-and-coming Manchester-based EV charging network, and they are expanding. In fact, they're advertising they're the fastest growing CPO, that's a charge point operator, in the UK. I do have to say they're starting from a fairly low base, so it's not difficult to grow that fast, but well done for them. This is a good network. They've also chosen some really good chargers as well. Many of you may not realise it because of the colour, but these are Kempower. And these are some of the best chargers. They get the best ratings from customer experience. So if you ever do surveys, which are the most reliable, which are the most powerful, it's these. This is the Kempower. Most people aren't used to seeing it in green. They've taken over themselves. There's a number of other CPOs who operate the Kempower units, but they take what seems to be the stock colour, which is orange and white. Breath of fresh air with these, green and white. Green is much more in keeping with the image they want to portray than orange is. Don't know where the orange came from. Probably just a nice bright colour that stands out. Anyway, this particular location, we are in Elmston, as I said. We've got 4 chargers in at the moment. The dual bay, CCS and Chademo. So anyone out there with Nissan Leafs and Renault Zoes, fill your tanks up here. Batteries, not tanks. So it's nice to see the Chademos going in. They're not being written off at this stage because there's still an awful lot of Nissan Leafs out there. So this is one site where you can come. Very simple to use, lovely instructions. Everything's nice about this site, apart from it's winter and it's really cold. So I'm out here freezing myself. But it's a busy charger. We were here, there's a BMW there, there's a Kia EV6, and we've got a Vauxhall Corsa as well. So we've got a nice variety of cars coming in here. I'm not charging here. I'm within distance of getting home, and so I'll charge up when I get home. So these are the Kempower units, 150 kilowatts, 400 volts only, so they don't do the 800 volt, doubling up for the Hyundais and Kias, but well worth a visit anyhow. Well, it did actually have me baffled at the beginning. You don't normally see them in this colour, so I'm not going to give the game away. Regular viewers will know these chargers. These are Kempower chargers, and they are in use by at least 2 other networks, but in a different colour. So comments down below, what colour are they and who's operating them? And I've said there are 2 others. Do you know different? Do you know anyone else who are operating Kempower units in either a different colour or a different CPO? Well, it's my first visit here. Not been to one of these before. Quite impressed. It's a nice location. We're in Elmston, just on the outskirts of Manchester. We're in a car park, Golden Hill car park, pay and display. We've had to pay 50p for 3 hours. Yeah, breaks the bank. I'm not sure whether you get a waiver if you're charging here, but we don't risk it. If there's a pay and display, we pay and display, and 50p, yeah, we can run to that. So these are the Kempower units. They're lovely units. So they are 4 charger posts or dispensers. Each one has both a CCS2 and a Chademo. The Chademo is rated at 50 kilowatts. Which is standard for Chademo. They don't go any higher than that. And the CCS2 is rated at 150 kilowatts. CCS2, we're all familiar with that. If you don't have a Nissan Leaf or Renault Zoe, then you've got one of those. So that's universal now. Contactless terminal there, so really easy to use, nice and low down. That's part of the design of the charger, not the particular bay. So these are contactless only. They do an RFID as well. They do an app. I've got the app. That's how we found these in the first place. So it's a good little location. We have 4 chargers here. These are 150 kilowatts each, plus the Chademos. Classic Kempower with the support for the cable, and that means it's a big, hefty, heavy cable there as well. Location, I don't know how popular it is. It's our first time here. As always, we have a car parked in the bay which can't actually charge. Strange, isn't it? I think I did say in a recent video what would happen, but we wouldn't stoop that low. What would happen if all the EV drivers went and parked in the garage outside the petrol pumps? Who on earth would stoop that low? Anyway, leave it up to them. If they want to park there, that's them. Just going to have a look at the cabinet, see what we've got up this way. Okay, so this is the BE.EV hub, and it's proudly advertised as powered by Octopus Energy. Octopus Energy, most of us EV drivers will know, great company, utility company, very green, trying to drive the EV business forward. So this is the hub. The grey cabinets, normally these are the communications cabinets. Looks like in this case that's the volt, that's the power one, and that will be the communications, so that when you're over there, they know what you're doing. There's further expansion here, which doesn't seem to be used at the moment. We've got space for another 1, 2, 3, at least 3 chargers, and they've not yet been installed. There's still some barricades up there, so it's quite possible that there's further expansion here, and that would bring another 3 or 4 chargers, dispensers into this location. So that'll be quite a hefty location. 8 CCS2 chargers rated at 150 kilowatts. 150 kilowatts for a vast majority of EVs out there. That's about the limit of what they'll take. Even my Tesla Model S, I'm capped out at 150 kilowatts. So these are absolutely perfect for that. Not the ideal site if you've got an 800 volt architecture like your Kias and your Hyundais. But there again, this is still quite a good charge at 150 kilowatts. It's getting nice and busy now. I think we're going to have to move when we're starting to film. Looking at pricing, it's a very complicated pricing structure. It's something I have complained about before, because they have about 3 tiers of pricing. If we look on the main screen, there's nothing, but down below on the contactless, it says 75 pence per kilowatt hour. Because I've got the app and because I'm in contact with them, I know they have better prices than that. And so the first better price is if you use the app, and it's free to download. They don't have a membership fee. It's free to download. You get it for 70p, so that's 5 pence off. If you come here at off-peak times, I know that drops down, I think it's to 65 pence. It's quite complex. They also have different rates for different power of charger. So they have some 50 kilowatt chargers, which are a different price. And they have some fast chargers, 7 kilowatt, 11 kilowatt, which are again a different price. And each of those has 3 tiers, which is member, member off-peak, and non-member anytime. So it's a very confusing one. It is something I'm going to have a word with them. But 70 pence through the app, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. Just register as an app. Don't have to put payment details in or anything. You can still use contactless, but just get the app, and then you get 5p off. And on a 50 kilowatt hour battery, you're looking at a couple of £3 saving just by getting the app. So this is one, definitely get the app. We've got a cracking day today. It's getting really cold. It's just heading up towards winter, end of November, and we've had glorious sunshine all day. Such a change. We've come from the Trafford Centre, the Tesla supercharger open to all, absolutely heaving today. Trafford Centre itself, retail park, absolutely heaving as always. And this is such a nice change. It is calm and peaceful. Now, one of the problems this time of year, we're very late autumn, just heading into the winter, you can't keep the locations clean. You got leaves down, it gets a bit of rain, well, bit of rain. It's been absolutely pouring down recently, flooding as well. And so we're getting this. There's some lovely markings here, nice BE.EV, but totally covered up at the moment with dead leaves and everything else. So there's no way around that. If they come and clean it, it'll be the same tomorrow. A few more days or weeks and all the leaves will have gone from the tree, and then the problem's over for the winter. We just have bare trees. This is a good location. We're on a nice busy main road here. We're very close to the Trafford retail park. That's 1 mile away, where there is a Tesla supercharger open to all. But this is nice and quiet. It's a good location, lot of residential property. Obviously the cars locally, these are all nice semis and detached houses. almost certainly got off-street parking, and therefore they'll have their own chargers. But we got a nice BMW i5 here, which is taking advantage of the charge, getting 100. I don't know if we can get any readings off these. Some of them you can. I don't want to touch it and cut. No, I'm not going to touch it. All it says is charging to 83% at the moment. Some of them, for example, GridServe, I love just having a look on those. It tells you how long they've been there, what the charging speed is, how long it's going to take to finish, and what the actual power is at this moment in time. This one just says 83%, so coming up to wherever he wants it to be. So for the moment, that's about it. I'm going to get into the car, get back in there nice and warm. It's getting difficult sometimes to film outdoors, but at least it's not raining anymore. We've had a real spell. So from Urmston in Manchester, we're at the BE.EV site at Golden Hill Car Park. I'm signing off for now. I'm Dave. Thank you for watching.